Alright, all you streetlight crusaders who are currently up tonight watching either infomercials or late night movies, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And my god, the fact that we have made it to well over 200 episodes for this late night show is absolutely ridiculous, and I can actually check that off my list of things to do in my special journal of crazy ideas. Because right underneath that is to have a show on February 22nd of 2022, a live episode of the Tuesday Night Special for that said date. Yes, on 2/2/22 for the Tuesday Night Special. We looked that far ahead into the calendar and found out it was a Tuesday night. So that's the next goal we have up. Alright, just put that down as in next goal and put the book over there, and back to the show, folks. And now it's time for us to go into yet another edition of As Seen on TV. And this one we were originally supposed to do last week, but we said we wanted to save it for a special episode, and what better to save it for than the 200th episode of the show, so it's none other than Stan Lee's Who Wants to Be a Superhero. And this show was fun for me for a multitude of reasons, not only because the grand prize was that their superhero would be brought to life in comic book form, but they will also be under the wing of Stan Lee himself, which was a pretty cool prize, especially for the season 1 winner, which I would say, you know what, as a matter of fact, spoilers ahead of this whole review of this show, because it was only 2 seasons long, and they didn't even have the final episode of the second season air on Syfy. And that was the one I really did want to see for like 3 reasons. 1, the fact that it was going to be a triple threat for the one to be the winner of that said season, and 2, because they were going to be selected live in Universal Studios of Orlando, Florida, like the last winner was, and to top it all off, they would get superhero training from Balls Mahoney himself. Yes, that's right, folks, Captain Caveman was involved near the final season, or the final episode of the second season of So Who Wants to Be a Superhero. And the first season, and I'll say this much right now, one of the people I really wanted to win was Major Victory. Not only because he acted like a superhero out of a classic Batman and Robin series, but for the first challenge of the first episode, he was the only one who actually picked up the little girl and took her to try to find out where her family or mom and dad was, and acted like a true superhero during this whole said challenge, which was pretty cool to see. And, oh yeah, the spoilers, by the way, for this said series. For episode 1, the one that ended up winning that said season was none other than, I do believe, I was about to say Shockwave. It was actually Feedback who ended up winning after going over on Fat Mama, who was the runner-up of that first season of the show. And in episode 2, or should I say in season 2, in this triple threat that did not air on TV, it was between the Diffuser, Hyena, and Hyperstrike, and it turned out to be the Diffuser who would end up winning that said season as well. And yeah, I don't get it. They never really aired that episode on Syfy. They said it aired on September 6th, but it was never released to the public. The season finale never aired on TV, which really bummed me out about this show series because it was so interesting and captivating as a kid when I was younger who really wanted to be some type of superhero that Stan Lee decided to bring them to life. And, you know, one thing I really wish that this show would have had for Stan Lee's universe, that not only you get a chance to be a part of, one of his comics, but a chance for you to be a part of a sci-fi original movie as your superhero character. That would have been nice. That would have been a nice thumbs up by Syfy to include that prize in there if they had another season of this classic show. And not to mention, some of the costumes that these guys and gals came up with for the show, top notch. Very top notch. And with that said, folks, since we're not TV Guide or Siskel and Ebert of TV shows, we say this: if you want to watch this show for yourself, spoilers aside, if you want to watch a show that has superheroes come to life from regular ordinary people who decided to put S's on their chests or even get a cool name or weapon attached to them, then I recommend you go out there and watch that flick, or watch that show, or tune in. We're still working online for that, folks. We are still working online for it. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we still got a lot more silly late night shenanigans to deliver to you, the fans at home. So we're gonna head back into this music once again. And when we return, we'll be back with more of the Tuesday Night Special right after this. So stay tuned.